Hi there, welcome to Peg Space Bytes. Today's Space Bite is about Apollo 8. Enjoy. The United States was ready to launch the next Apollo mission. Apollo 8 would be the second manned Apollo flight, the first flight to use a Saturn V rocket, and the first mission to fly to the moon. 3 astronauts were chosen for Apollo 8. Frank Borman was the commander. James A. Lovell Jr. was a command module pilot, and William A. Anders was a lunar module pilot. Frank Borman was born on March 14, 1928, in Gary, Indiana. He graduated from U.S. Military Academy, West Point, with a Bachelor of Science degree. He attended and graduated from California Institute of Technology, where he earned a Master of Science degree in aeronautical engineering. He also completed Harvard Business School's Advanced Management program. Borman served our country in the Air Force. He became an astronaut in 1962 and was selected for 2 space flights. Borman was the commander during the first mission aboard Gemini 7 in 1965 and his second mission aboard Apollo 8 in 1968. Colonel Frank Frederick Borman is still alive today and lives in New Mexico. James Lovell Jr. was born on March 26, 1928, in Cleveland, Ohio. He graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy with a Bachelor of Science degree. He also attended and graduated from Test Pilot School, University of Southern California, and Harvard Business School. He served our country in the Navy. Lovell became an astronaut in 1962 and was selected for 4 space missions. Lovell was the pilot aboard Gemini 7 in 1965. Then he was the commander on Gemini 12 in 1966. He was the command module pilot aboard Apollo 8 in 1968. His final space flight was aboard Apollo 13 in 1970, where he served as commander. Captain James Arthur Lovell Jr. is still alive today. William Anders was born on October 17, 1933 in Hong Kong. He attended the U.S. Naval Academy, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree. Then he graduated from the Air Force Institute of Technology and received a Master of Science degree in nuclear engineering. He also attended Harvard Business School. He served our country in the Air Force. In 1963, he became an astronaut. His only flight was aboard Apollo 8 in 1968, where he served as a lunar module pilot. Major General William A. Anders is still alive today. Apollo 8 was the first mission to use the majestic Saturn V, which was a 3-stage rocket. It was the tallest rocket ever built at that time. Its height was 363 feet, which is taller than the Statue of Liberty. Its diameter at the first and second stage was 33 feet and 21.7 feet at the third stage. Its weight, unfueled, was 400,000 pounds, which is heavier than a Navy destroyer. It had 5 Rocketdyne F1 engines attached to the bottom of the first stage, 5 Rocketdyne J2 engines attached to the bottom of the second stage, and 1 Rocketdyne J2 engine attached to the bottom of the third stage. The command module for the Apollo missions was designed to accommodate 3 astronauts. It was cone-shaped. Its height was 10 feet 7 inches, and the base had a diameter of 12.8 feet. It was the command, control, and communications center. There was a heat shield attached to the base that was used during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Apollo 8 was launched on December 21st, 1968 at 7:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by a Saturn V rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida, from Launch Complex 39A. Apollo 8 had many firsts during its 6-day mission. It was the first mission to leave low Earth orbit. The crew was the first to see our entire planet at once. Apollo 8 was the first to fly through the Van Allen belts. On December 24th, 1968, it was the first manned spacecraft to orbit the moon. Apollo 8 orbited the moon 10 times. The crew was the first to celebrate Christmas in space and conduct a live broadcast from the moon. During the live broadcast, the crew recited the first 10 verses of Genesis from the Bible, and Borman ended the broadcast by stating, "And from the crew of Apollo 8, we close with good night, good luck, a Merry Christmas, and God bless all of you on the good Earth." Also, the crew was first to see the far side of the moon. Apollo 8 was the first mission to re-enter Earth's atmosphere over 24,000 miles per hour. While they were orbiting, the crew took photos of the moon and Earth, including the iconic photo of Earthrise. Finally, the crew mapped and studied the moon. Apollo 8 splashed down on December 27, 1968, at 10:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Pacific Ocean. The 3 astronauts and the capsule were retrieved by the USS Yorktown. Apollo 8's total mission time was 147 hours. I hope you enjoyed today's Space Bite. Remember, endeavor to discover new horizons and challenge yourself to reach for the stars. See you next time. Bye-bye.